How you guys doing? This is very important in reference to my identity and the role protocol in the media of my identity. This is very important in reference to birthmarks, beauty marks, scars I had when my parents was alive. This is very important in reference to my life and who I am. I don't need your satellite touching my face. I don't need you putting your fucking government hands on my face. I don't need you touching my teeth with your satellite. I don't need you touching my teeth with your fucking hands. I don't need you touching any part of me with your fucking government satellites or any of your fucking games or any of your fucking weapons. I don't need you touching me, government man. Don't accuse me of no crimes, government man, because you can get put on trial for the death penalty. I don't need you damaging my face or stealing my penis. I don't need you touching any part of me. If you stole any of my penis, you get put on trial for the death penalty. My penis is documented, and it's supposed to be a certain length or longer, reference to documentation. And it's supposed to get bigger, too, naturally. I don't need you stealing from it. I don't care what problems you got with your penis. I don't care what problems you got with your face or teeth or anything else that ever would involve you trying to steal anything from my body. I don't care what your financial situation is. You don't have a right stealing my money or any monies that people tried to send to me. I don't care what your status is either. Who you think you are, who you're wanting to be, in reference to you trying to steal who I am. I'm the child of my biological parents. I'm the owner of my mother and father's estates. And you're not, no matter what fucking lies you ever make up, no matter what analysts of your people or anybody else fucking says. I'm the rightful owner. I don't need you stealing my money. Any accusations that you claimed you thought my parents owed you money, you need to show up in court. And if you don't present the correct factual documents of any of your claims, you won't be paid, obviously, and you'll end up in prison for your fucking financial fraud. My parents did not do anything to you or your people, whoever the fuck you are. I've never done nothing to you or your people. And you've done these things to me, and they're hitting me in the lower teeth right here. It's another $500 trillion lawsuit against the American government. I am not your child. If you damage a person's teeth, then that means you're trying to make them get fake teeth. And then you try to get one of your impersonators to try to impersonate them. And your impersonator would end up dead eventually or behind bars. Because there's orders to kill any of your people that try to steal my identity. You understand why, right? There's either that or apprehending them and putting them behind bars. I'm not your child. I'm not your property. I have rights to live my life without you mutilating or damaging my body. My parents had injuries from your government satellites. I had injuries when I was a little boy. You need to explain why you did these things to my parents. We need to open up all the files and lies of which people created these false lies to try to slander my parents' character. And what the story is and DNA of the individuals that made these things up back then. Reference to all the people that ever fabricated against my parents. We need their DNA on record so they can find out what race and religion they are and where those people came from. You thought if you just made shit up, you thought people had to believe your lies. Well, it's very important now that they are able to determine the race of a person by checking their DNA. And don't try to falsify your DNA because they'll wait a certain amount of time to make sure your DNA didn't change from what you tried to falsify, such as you stealing my blood. And you had people that tried to claim to be children of mine by using my blood that you stole from my body. And they're not my children. And those people can go to prison too. You tried to murder me. You tried to steal my family wealth. And you need to get put on trial. My face does not need you damaging anything. My body does not need you marking on my body. My teeth don't need you damaging any of them. You need to get prosecuted for what you've already done. I'm not your child. I'm not your property, government man. And the fact that you're in government, there is not the freedom that you think you would have based on your communist beliefs. This government of this country, there are guidelines that protect the people from dictatorships and communist parties. And people need to check those offices. And those offices have to be advertised so the people know where they can go to find a defense against the government in reference to communist parties that illegally got into government, that tried to steal the lives of Americans by mutilating or stealing or slandering their intellect or calling them crazy. There has to be offices in all 50 states to regulate the government so they don't get away with fucking up people's looks or people's teeth or people's lives. Because obviously the American Dentist Association is not doing enough. And neither are the other offices. So there has to be more court cases to throw people out of their positions. Because these administrations are very serious and abusive criminals. They messed up my mouth. They're very serious criminals that are illegally in American government. So there needs to be offices in all 50 states, maybe even more. Not just one office, maybe 5 offices or 10 offices in all 50 states or something. That watch to see if government politicians are trying to be dictators. To see if they're trying to steal people's land or people's identities. Like they said, identity theft's one of the biggest crimes in America. Now, why is that? Especially with there being DNA information and ways of checking DNA. So, there needs to be a lot of those offices that need to open up to prosecute politicians for illegal decisions and illegal actions of them and their agents that are in America. Lots of things of importance, and hello United Nations, and hello embassies, and hello Supreme Court and Treasury departments, and treasuries of other countries that are friendly with America.